Welcome to the Heroes of Change campaign, and I have with me today Mr. John Miller. Morning, John.
Good morning, Chris.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks, John. Now, John, if I was to ask you, change your thinking, change your life, what gongs are going off in your head?
Manifestation, I think. The idea that to get change in your life, it's got to start with some thoughts somewhere. Of course, it needs a lot more than that, than just thoughts, but a thought is the beginning of change. And something I do in life at the moment, I help people to stop snoring, for example, and that comes from my own experience because I was a snorer. It's quite a good metaphor, actually, and I became a non-snorer, and that took a process which I noted and carried through. And it started from being horrified with where I was at. It started from shocking my system into going, this is something that needs to be changed. I had to have the desire, the want to change something. And in that case, the want came from getting leverage on myself.
In sense of change or change agents in the business world or sports world or music world, is there anyone that you admire who's changed themselves, changed their approach to their work or image or anything like that?
Well, as far as, yes, mentorship, Napoleon Hill, the writer, going back, I think that's one of the cornerstones or primary reference pieces for a lot of work that's been done since. And Think and Grow Rich and books like that are about change, because he's talking about first you need to build that, have the desire, do I really want that thing, and then make sure you do want it, and build the desire, then believing that you can, and then some organised planning and so on to make it happen. I have a former employer, a boss, who was very good. He like nothing would get him. He was, water off a duck's back. And I sometimes channel him if I'm much more sensitive and new age than what he is, but however, occasionally I need to be him. I just bring out, channel him up. Well, that's what he did. Just abruptly get out of my way. Water off a duck's back, he would say. Sometimes you have to consciously let things be water off a duck's back. Grit, it's also about the tenacity, isn't it? Going back and try again, I suppose, but adjusting, don't be stupid about it and do the same thing every time. For me, scheduling and rhythm and routine.
I mean, a couple of interviewees listen to music, they get stimulated and relaxed by music. Is there anything in there that helps you through the change cycle?
Time out.
Time out?
Definitely. Very difficult to do. You'd think that would be dead easy, but it's actually hard, and you have to deliberately schedule it. And I do it by going somewhere on either a coach or an aircraft. You're just getting into a space. You know how when you're on a plane, all of a sudden you can't do much, so everything becomes clear, shower time, that sort of thing. So pre-scheduling and taking time out, even if it's just one day, longer the better, but just one solid day of time out with that one question in your mind to focus on. This is the focal point of today. That's all today's about. And just kick back and let it happen. I think that's very, very important.
You mentioned Tony Robbins there a moment ago. I mean, he's obviously a massive global figure. What are the one or two philosophical nuggets from his approach to life and living that you connect with most?
What's good about this? There's a thing that it was one of his trainers taught this in one of the sidebar things, and I said, this is what Tony teaches us. If something really annoys you, you just absolutely let yourself, let that out, and then say, right, what's good about this? I often think that if there was one thing that I've learned about that, it's that automatic asking the question, what's good about this? It happens to me automatically because I've done it enough times that if something, cruddy happens, I tend to fairly quickly go, okay, what's good about this? And the brain will offer an answer. Oh, actually, sometimes if this hadn't happened, I wouldn't have known that.
What would be John Miller's single golden nugget for today?
Sure. Aim, do, and repeat. Aim, do, and repeat.
All right.
Aim, do, too. Aim, do, too.
Yes.
So first, if the objective is to shoot a clay duck out of the sky, you need to aim and then do, which is the shooty bit, and then if that didn't work, readjust the aim and shoot again. And that concertina's out. The aim part is about just asking what it is you want to change. And I have an acronym for this, AIM. Ask what it is that you want to change and analyse it. Identify the issue, and is it really something you want to change, and get some leverage on yourself by making it important. And then the I is investigate. Make sure it's easy now. Just go online and find out the tools that you need to do that thing. And then the M is map out a plan. And then you've got your aim. An aim. It might not be the right aim, but it's an aim. And then the DO is design a mechanism to do the thing, using scheduling or create a machine or whatever it is that you need to do the thing. And then the O is just simply to operate that machine, because without action nothing can happen. So there you've got your planning and your action. But the one, and it comes back to that routine of doing an after action review like the US Marines and people like that do, is at the end of each day, week, month, say, right, this is what I've done, this is good, what could be done better, and how are we going to lock in some changes for the next period, the next day or week or month that comes up after that review.
Thanks so much for your time today, John, for sharing some of your stories in change. Very enlightening, and I'm sure viewers have taken
I hope there's something useful there for
some nuggets away for you in your life.